graders, and welcome to this week's math lesson. Go ahead, please get out your math notebooks, turn to a clean sheet, name today's date. Your objective today is I can review how to find the volume of a sphere, cylinder, and cone. Previously, we've talked about these individually, but for your final lesson this week for math for the 8th grade school year, you're going to be taking a final exam or a final quiz revolving around these three and finding the volume of these three geometric figures. So today we're going to review once again how do we find the volume of a sphere, cylinder, and cone. For a sphere, let's say I have a radius of a sphere of 6.5 meters. And let's say I want to figure out the volume. So once again, your formula is 4/3 pi r cubed. R again means your radius, so for r, I'm going to plug in 6.5 meters. So, and what is pi? 3.14, very good. So, I would plug in 4/3 times pi times radius, so 6.5, and I would cube it. Again, cube means I would multiply it by the same number 3 times, so 6.5 times 6.5 times 6.5. So, 6.5 cubed times pi times 4/3. So my volume for a sphere would be, and if I were, again, make sure you round to the nearest what? That's correct, the nearest tenth. So I'd get 1,149.76. Now if I were to round to the nearest tenth, I'd look at the 6, 5 or more, raise the score, 4 or less, leave it a mess. So that 6 would turn my 7 into an 8. So, for my sphere, my volume would be 1,149.8 meters cubed. For a cylinder, you're going to use the following formula, pi r squared times the height. So my radius, I see here, is what, class? 12, very good. And my height is what? Correct, 5. So, if we plug this in, pi, which is once again, what class? 3.14, very good, times the radius, so radius would be 1.2 squared times the height, which is 5. So, if you plug in your calculator, first things first, let's get rid of that squared. So 1.2 times 1.2 would give me 1.44 times 5 times pi, which is 3.14. So if I plug all that in on my calculator and I multiply it, and if I round to the nearest tenth, my volume would be 22.60. Now the 0 is not going to keep that 6 the same. So 22.6 feet cubed. For 8th graders, for finding the volume of a cone, you're going to use the following formula. 1/3 pi r squared times the height. Now, if, for example, I have a cone that has a radius of 3 meters and a height of 8 meters, once again, all you're going to do is plug in the following formula. 1/3 pi r squared is our radius, which is 3, so we're going to have 3 squared, times our height, which is 8. Correct. So now, let's go ahead and solve this formula. So, 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. So, 9 times 8 times pi times 1/3. So, our volume for this figure will be 75.35. Now again, that 5 will raise your 3 up to a what? 4. That's correct. So 4 meters cubed is the answer for your volume. Very good. Your homework assignment is posted. It is a review once again on spheres, cylinders, and cones. Join me in our final lesson. We'll be taking your final quiz on these three geometric figures and finding the area. This is Mr. Campbell saying, keep studying 8th grade.